Hi, Ken Kunkle here. Thought we'd try something new this morning and try a little unboxing video for some trademark applications or registrations that have come in the mail. Now, the registration is the final end product of the application process. So, thought we'd take a look at one. So, this is what an envelope looks like that comes from the trademark office. They're pretty straightforward, nondescript, nice manila envelope. So here they are. I've already opened this one, but I'm not really sure what's in it yet, so we'll see. You'll see on the very top corner, it has the address of the trademark office there. It's the USPTO out of Alexandria, Virginia. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not. Yeah. And then, of course, it has my address there as the attorney of record. So they send all these to me when they send these, nice and flat. So I open this up. And what I get, discard the envelope for a moment. First thing I get is, well, I get the application or registration itself. Now, registration itself. If there's a logo or a design mark, they usually put that right at the very top. So it allows us to kind of see what it looks like if it's a design. If it's a word mark, it just puts the word portion there. Then goes on to tell us a little bit about the application or the registration. Things like the registration number, whether it's what type of principal register or the supplemental register. Then gives us a description of the goods and services that it's for, as well as the first use date. When did they first begin using it? So, and then a description of the actual mark itself. So in this case, this is a verbal description of the visual element. Then we get this nice little pretty little stamp, embossed stamp here, as well as a signature of the current director of the USPTO. So this changes along the way. These are actually much nicer than the copyright registrations, which are now kind of boring, but you get them anyway. On the back, we get a little bit of information for the applicant or the registrant to know a little bit more about it. Actually just kind of goes down and tells us a little bit about all of what's on there, as well as what your subsequent maintenance information is and what you need to do to maintain the registration in the future. So that's all contained on the back. Also contained in the package is a notice here, just letting you know that you have the option to take the registration and file it with the U.S. Customs and Borders Protection. And in those cases, the CBP will then monitor the world or monitor imports for branded products that maybe you didn't approve to prevent them from being illegally imported in the United States. Really useful thing if you're a manufacturer of products. Consider it. Give me a call if they can help you with that. The other thing is they give us this nice orange thing here, and I often send something similar like these out to people along the way. This is basically just a reminder, and you'll see up here to let you know that there's misleading offers from notices from private companies. And you get a lot of these. Once you get your registration, also during the application process, you're going to get hit with spam. A lot of them are legitimate people just soliciting business, but there's also a lot of scams out there. A lot of them will say very vague things like, you know, you need to register in our database. But of course, the database has no meaning. It's just something sitting on somebody's computer somewhere, presumably. So anyway, this is just a warning about that and how to get a little bit more information about which ones are scams and which ones are legitimate. So useful thing. So from here, what will happen, I'll take this information, I'll print out a nice letter that has some additional information about the mark and what you need to do, the next steps. And that'll get mailed off to the registrant, and they'll receive that in the mail in a few days. So let's see what else we got. We've got a couple other registrations here. Oh, looks like I opened this one up previously as well. So same thing, just a different applicant or a different company. And finally another one. Let's see. We'll be surprised by this one. Not sure what this was for. I may not be able to share it with you. Let's see. And oh, it's the companion to that first one I showed you, which is the verbal part of that. Now that's a great example here where we've got two different marks, two different registrations. One is for the word portion of the mark, or the literal element, and the other one is for the design portion of the mark. So anyway, two registrations. Have a good day. Have fun.